Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Dane.
And I'm Marcus, and this is The Cop and the Con. The purpose of this podcast is to help bridge the gap between cops and convicts.
We discuss national news, current events, and everything in between.
So, tune in, and thank you.
Let's get started. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. Sorry for hitting my vape. Don't vape, kids. It's bad for you. It's a horrible habit.
Don't do it.
Just, try.
But if you want to sponsor us.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to talk about fitness today.
Not fitness, no. So, my boy here is literally built like The Rock. He may not look like it sitting in that chair, but I'm going to tell you like this. I've seen this nigga with his shirt off, and he looks like The Rock.
Every night.
And
So
he's Samoan, you know what I'm saying? Every night, hoy. I look like a melted candle, which is why I wear
love
big
candles.
stuff. You love this one.
I love
You know, when you first started fitness, you were, first starting out in law enforcement. Right?
Oh, man. Yeah, I was in law enforcement. When I first started at the prison, I thought I was in shape. I showed you the picture.
Until you
But I was like one shape, like rectangle. There was no you know what I mean? There were, and I thought, I was like, oh, I can see one ab. So I'm tired.
there. I'm already, I'm shredded.
Like, here we go. And then when I realized, it was going to take a lot more effort from me to be, one of the top guys on our SWAT team, I had to put in a lot more effort. And that's when I really started to take shape physically.
How much time did that take away from, you're working 12, 13, sometimes 15-hour shifts?
Sometimes 16, yeah.
Right? So when did you actually have time to fit that in? Was it every day?
Every day.
A week?
Every day.
Fill me in
every
on that.
day. And it was at least 2-3 times a day. So I'd work out first thing in the morning, and
after
then,
he made his bed.
Always. And then I'd work out in the afternoon, and then I'd do another workout in the evening right before bed. And that was pretty consistent.
Time frame on those, 15 minutes, 30 minutes,
40, anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
That's dedication.
Depending on what type of workout I was doing. If I was running a long distance, we're talking about closer to an hour. Because I'm not fast. I'll run far, but I'm not fast at all.
You have the stamina.
I didn't, but I built it up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so, after 5-6 months of that straight, that's when I really started to feel a difference and a change physically and noticed it pretty significantly too. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, you can't outwork a bad diet. Bullshit. Because I was eating Taco Bell. Oh. I was eating McDonald's. I was eating whatever I wanted because I was burning so many calories that I just had to eat everything. I probably would be in better shape. To kind of touch on that, I probably would have been in better shape if I ate healthy and enough.
Yeah.
But I had like 2 or 3% body fat because of how much I was working out, regardless of what I ate.
Yeah. So in the prison, you got a lot of people. You have a lot of people that come in. Some of them come in mostly from the jail after doing jail time. So you're doing, anywhere from 6 months to 18 months in county, whatever county you come from, into the prison system. Mm-hmm. And when they come from the counties and doing that much time, they're already starting a routine.
There's not a lot going on.
You don't have anything.
You got to fill up. You got to fill up your time.
TV. You have one TV. Maybe.
And then it's on Judge Judy usually.
All the time it's on Fox 13.
Yeah.
You never get it's up to the officer's discretion, right? Whatever you get to watch, depending on what county you come from. Now I'm going to talk about the county I come from, and that's all you get, right? So it's whatever the cop wants to watch in the pig pen, and that's all you get. If you're in Max, if you can't see the TV, you don't get the TV.
If your cell door doesn't face the TV, then
or if you're right behind the TV, then it's really shitty.
Yeah,
because it's right there in the corner. So, a lot of people a lot of people, they come from the street, they come from gang banging, they come from, the game, the drug game. So when they hit the jail and they know they're going to do some time, they start their workout regime in jail.
Sure.
There are a lot of people, though, that come from the drug game off parole or on parole straight back to the pen, right? And so they're coming in 60 pounds, 160 pounds soaking wet.
But the dudes that are on that routine, man, they get like
Big.
shredded.
Swole. So I remember when I was in STG, there was, and that's the severe threat group. That's like max a population. Max.
It's a different acronym for gangs.
Yeah, it's just it's for the gang unit, right? You go from UN 2 to Ogre 4. This was back when I was in prison. I don't know. Shit changed from then. Since it's a different prison
it's
now.
not Ogres no more.
It's a different.
I don't even know what it's called now.
So
like mountains, maybe. Oh no, they're like trees.
They're trees now.
Is it?
That's Gunnison.
That's Gunnison.
But,
what is it like? Birds now?
But I remember.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know.
But they used to have this picture of this one specific individual's workout group, and it was a picture of them lined up in front of the window doing burpees. And I remember what the caption said. It says, "They're doing their burpees today. Have you?" Because that's what the sergeant at that time put on there for the SWAT members, the SWAT recruits.
Well,
that would come through.
and honestly, like even for me, when I was no longer a part of the SWAT team, that's why I still maintained a fairly intense workout regimen.
Yeah.
Because dudes like you were inside hitting it every day.
Yes.
And it was my fault if I couldn't keep myself in peak condition.
I don't want to make a liar of him. I was not working out every day all the time. Normally I was doing tattoos, making that money. But I did work out occasionally, right? But there were those guys who if I was in a section with the boys, it didn't matter who you were.
Yeah.
Because if you were poly, you're in that car. And if you're in that car, you're not making that car look bad because you're going to sleep in. There's no sleeping in. Doors rack open at 5:45. Your breakfast is there. Put the breakfast on the table. We're working out for an hour and 15 minutes. And then you can eat your breakfast, right? I got caught slipping one day and was like, I ain't working out for shit. I'm a grown-ass man. I found out real quick, if you're part of the car, you're up working out. It doesn't matter if you can hang or as long as you're trying.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Exactly, because we always have to be prepared for when COs would come in or the ops would come in, right? You never know who's coming. And that's in the main prison. Every county is different.
It's a very similar mindset to always be prepared for anything, because that is a very law enforcement mindset too. We do this thing
that is where a Boy Scout.
We run. I was only a Boy Scout for like a year.
I was a Cub Scout.
And then I was like, F this.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing. It's inside you have cars, right? You have the poly car, you have the white car, you have the Mexican car, the Sereno car, you have the black dudes, the Asians and the polys and the natives. We all formed one car, right? Because we were all natives, Native Islanders, Native Asians, you know what I mean? And then Native Americans, right? So we all kind of like formed together.
Yeah.
But it was every morning, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You could take your little break if you want to, but they're still out there hitting. You know what I mean? And you have dudes that have been in there for 20 plus years that are like, if you're not working out, I'm beating the shit out of you. And then tomorrow you're working out. But it wasn't just working out at 5:15 to 7. It was 5:15 to 7. Do your stuff till lunch. We're working out for another hour after lunch. So
what would you guys do for workouts?
So you don't have a lot of you don't have weight.
You
options.
have eventually they had gyms, but
so there's a gym. There's gyms in the Oakers. There was a gym in the Wasatch, right? But you have gym times, right?
But if you in the Uintas, there was no gym.
There's no gym, but you do have water bags. They did let us make water bags at one point in time. Same with STG.
I guess that depends on staff.
Yeah, depends.
Some staff was like, hell no.
Well, they'd come in and pop them and then make us clean it up. And every time they came in, honestly, every time they came in for a shakedown, those bags would get destroyed.
Sure.
Because they don't know what's in them bags. You can hide a lot of shit in a bag, right? So
It wasn't hooch though.
it wasn't hooch. I mean,
You can smell that.
from a mile. I mean, I was pretty good at making it.
I had a bomb nose. I was like, this section.
That house right there.
Or there was rookies and they didn't know how to hide it.
So you would have, sometimes you'd have weights, sometimes you didn't. If you didn't have weights, you were working out with your body weight to start. Or if you were a little past your body weight, you'd have your boy lay on your back doing push-ups.
Yeah.
Your boy holding onto your waist while you're doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
We'd always do the run in place. We'd always do
I seen some dudes put another guy on his shoulders and do squats like that.
and walk across the section doing the walking.
I seen they had
lunges.
a blanket out there and there was a couple dudes sitting on the blanket and they'd run around the section like.
Yep.
I was like, that's pretty creative.
That's the sled.
That's pretty creative.
Yep. And so, anything to, and we'd always get people coming from, out of state who would have different ideas. That guys come from the feds that have different ideas, and they would bring all of that to the pot, right? A big misconception from outsiders looking in is we only ran with just our people, right? That's not real. Everybody, it's a small community inside. It's just like
it's his own world.
It's just like living in Salt Lake. Like if you live in Salt Lake, there's different people of different walks of life everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You've got your drug addicts, you got your hippies, you got your what are those called? Your yuppies, you got your gangsters, you got your
9 to 5
your 9 to 5s, you got your and your sex
people.
offenders, right? And your super religious people, right? You have them all in your own little city. Each block was its own little city, right? So you have to learn how to get along.
Yeah.
If you didn't like somebody, well, you go handle your business, man. Go shut that door, go in there and go handle your business. And whoever comes out was right. It doesn't matter what the argument was.
Yeah.
So everybody learned to get along. Like I would play dominoes with black dudes. I'd play dominoes with Mexicans. I'd play pinochle with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's everybody in there. It's not like, dude, we're poly. We only hang out with polys. That's not real. That's not real. There are some
At least here
in Salt Lake. Yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about the state. I don't know how it goes down in the feds. I didn't do the fed time. But I knew that I had brothers that were Polynesian. I had brothers that were white, Hayas, you know what I mean? I had brothers that were black dudes. I had brothers that were just straight up squares.
Yeah.
That I knew that for a fact these dudes loved me like I loved them. You know what I mean? These were my homeboys.
Yeah.
They had my back, I had their back. But if shit popped off, well, I got to go with my car.
Sure.
I'll make sure that if we're fighting your car, me and you are as far away from each other as possible, so we don't have to fight and we can still beef.
When you were with your crew, did you guys do like the same workout regimen or
same thing? I mean, Monday through it was always we'd wake up.
Like you guys do push-ups at the same time, burpees at the same time, sit-ups,
like 5 of us across from each other. 5 on the other side, and it was like we do 10 here, drop down, do 10, jump up, the other one drop down, do 10, drop down, do, we would go 10 down to start. Yeah. That would start the week, Monday. Yeah. Monday would be 10 down. And then what I mean is you'd go 10, and then you'd stand up, and you'd sit there and run in place, and then you drop down, do 9. Then you'd stand up, and then you drop down, do 8. All the way down to 1, and then your last one, you'd pull off 10.
How many reps is that?
Oh, God, a lot. I don't really remember at the moment. You know what I mean?
I don't do math. I don't know.
It's a lot.
Somebody comment how many reps that is.
It's a lot. 10 down, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
Monday would be 10 down. Wednesday would be 30 down, right? And then Friday we'd finish off with 60 down. We would peel out, in 10, 30, 60, and then be done.
Now, you'd have to be hella down to do that.
You ain't got no choice because you're getting slapped by the older homie. You know what I mean? The guy who's actually holding the keys to your car, he's checking you to make sure that you're doing this every day.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. You do have a choice. You could go push that button and go somewhere else or just do the workout. Like, get your lazy ass up and come hit these push-ups and pull-ups. The fattest dude in the block with us would be doing the same shit we're doing. Can he do all of them?
Yeah.
No, and no one expects you to do all of them. No one expects you to hit 60 down every week, but you'll build. You'll get better.
Yeah.
You will get to 60 down because, like, you're not getting out next week. You got some years. So let's get you in shape, right?
Let's get you on point.
And that's kind of how it went. And
So what? So transitioning to now, are you
lazy?
Are you gonna like apply the same type of regimen, or what are you thinking now?
So I work in a very physically high demanding,
Very labor intensive.
very, very labor intensive, and I work 15-hour days. Well, 12 hours out of the day, but 15 from wake up to back to the hotel, right? I'm going to start small, of course, because I'm not going to go there, overexert, possibly pull a muscle, possibly, jack my back, my knees, my arms. I'm not making excuses, but I will.
Just to get a feel for where your body's
have to start slow.
Sure.
But I will gradually, the gradient will go up, right? I will gravitate towards perfection at one point. And whether it takes me 2 months, 6 months, I'll get to the point where I'm like, okay, now I'm going to need to increase the weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll start off, like right now, I'm already at a high, what is that called? Where you're moving
Motivation.
around a lot. No, where you're moving around a lot. Constantly moving, walking upstairs with heavy shit.
Oh,
down the stairs
you
with
high
heavy
activity
shit.
level?
High activity level. I don't carry the heavy stuff because of my current medical restrictions. I don't carry anything more than 30 pounds chest high, and I don't lift anything overhead, even though my restrictions are 15 pounds overhead.
Well, for me, I don't do any weights heavier than 25-pound dumbbells
But
right now.
You shred down.
Well,
I got to build up.
Not even.
But here's another
I'll
thing.
push back on that.
I also have a medical condition at the moment.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. When we get together, we can tailor any kind of workout to you. And honestly, a lot of my workout is body weight. You know what I mean? And that's something that we can get you to.
I'm fat,
but because I have a lot of old injuries, a lot of old sports injuries, SWAT injuries, I really had to change up lifting heavy.
Well, what about habits?
As far as what?
So like you said, and I apologize for cutting you off for that.
No, I wasn't going nowhere.
You were working 12 hours, sometimes 15-hour days, sometimes 16-hour days. There were a lot of things you had to stop doing. If you were going to work out, 45 minutes in the morning, half hour in the afternoon, another hour in the evening when you're done working. There's shit you don't have time for. Like you always have time to shower, cow always, right? But what about your personal life, right? Like that had to have a huge damper unless your girl is standing right there working out with you at that moment. You know what I mean? Unless that's a part of her life too. That cuts out a lot of social shit.
Anytime you push
that hard
to be excellent in any field,
he is excellent.
I was pushing to be excellent.
I love this guy.
But anytime you push for excellence in any field, you have to sacrifice somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that time, I was fortunate that my two kids were really young. You know what I mean? So they weren't doing like sports or school plays or anything like that. They were really young. You know what I mean? They were in bed by like 8:30 at the latest. You know what I mean?
How lucky is that? 8:30.
They'd be in bed, and then I'd go do another workout. You know what I mean? I'd either try and do a workout right before I leave work, just trying to fit in wherever I could. I just knew in my mind if I was going to be the top when I went through SWAT school, or even the top for the group of guys on the team that I came in with, that one workout a day was not going to cut it, and a lot of times 2 workouts a day weren't going to cut it either.
Because you wanted to strive for that excellence.
I didn't want to just barely beat them in the race.
You wanted to
I wanted to dominate them.
Demolish.
I wanted to leave no like guessing at all, second guessing where they're like,
no, he's the best. Like there's no doubt. And other people, even the haters, would probably say, yeah, he's fucking better than me. Excuse my language.
And that's not, and I didn't do it for that. I didn't do it so they're like, oh, you're so dope, you're so in shape. Like, no, that's not. I did it because I just wanted to let them know in their minds they could never beat me.
But you did it for you.
Yes, it turned into that, and now especially because, we're in our 40s now.
Don't tell anybody that.
I'm doing it.
I'm 20
now. I've geared it towards. I'm doing it for my family, my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where my father passed away at a young age. 57, 58 years old.
Yeah.
That's
Way
less
young.
than 20 years
Way
for
young.
me.
That's way young.
And there's a lot of health issues with Polynesians.
Yes.
And I mean, my dad,
Gout.
his father, his mom, they all had heart attacks.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what my dad died from.
So for me, it's like, damn, if I don't change and do something different, I'm going to have a heart attack in the next 10 years.
So I've been thinking about that too, right? Because my dad passed away from, he had an asthma attack that turned into a heart attack. And horrible thing.
Yeah.
Because my sister witnessed it. That was the hard part.
That's horrible. That's tough.
He was there begging her for help.
Yeah.
And she's on the phone with the 911.
Yeah.
And they just showed up late. It took a while for them to get there, which is, neither here nor there. But
Sure.
I don't want that to happen to my wife. You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen on my kids' watch either. So and once again, you did say, we're in our 25s. we're in our 40s, man, and so
We're in our early 30s.
yeah. So I mean,
Well,
I'm not getting any
that's
younger.
the goal. Is I don't want to look 40.
Well, when I was 25, working out in prison, I was working out with weights. I was lucky to be in the area in the jail that I was in. I got counted out. When you go to jail, when you go to prison here in Utah, and you're not on a violent crime, which I wasn't at that current time. I didn't get the violent crime until later, right?
Yeah.
But they counted you out. Like, they don't want to keep you around hard killers.
They don't want it to rub off on you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's their theory behind it. That might be their motivation of count, and it could be because the prisons are packed to the gills. You know what I mean?
It was for a long time.
Well, so when I fished in 2002, right? I fished in November of 22, and it was packed to the gills. So I went to one county. I did 7 months there, and then they pulled my date because of whatever reason.
And the county you went to had a gym.
Well, so after I left there, went to court, came back, they counted me to a better jail where I did another 3 years, right? And or 3 years. And that had a gym where we were going to the gym twice a day. I was going to the gym in the morning and I was going to the gym at night.
That's nice.
And I had a guy who was Mr. Utah a few times. I'm not going to mention his name. He was Mr. Utah a few times. He was Mr. Universe twice. It just so happened he liked crack. You know what I'm saying? So, you need crack. You're on missions. You know what I mean? You go on quests to go get that crack.
Sure.
Right? And so
Scratch that itch.
when he went to jail, when he went to prison, I was lucky enough to be around this guy. And me and him became quick friends because I'm friends with a lot of people in his family. And so he was like, you have the body frame to be massive. I'll help you get there. And in prison, you have, even in the county jails, you're not eating hamburgers and french fries. You're not eating fried chicken. You're not eating prime rib and all that other shit. You're eating healthy, nutritional food. Now, granted, it's not the best food. You're on a protein, you're on a turkey, chicken.
Pretty much whatever they serve you.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what you get.
You can't get supplements. You can't get any of that.
No. Well, up there you could. Like, I was on creatine, glutamine.
But if you do, it's like basic level.
Exactly. It's small
supplements.
shit. It's small
It's
shit.
not like top of the line anything.
No. It's like the equate version of, it's the Walmart
It's like
version of the good shit. You know what I mean? So for me, it was
Here's the
for
opposite
two
version
for
of it.
2 years. I was working out with this dude.
Yeah.
I'm in the gym 2 days, 2 times a day, and we're working out 5 days a week. And I literally went from 210 skinny, not like crackhead looking skinny, but because I was doing, push-ups, pull-ups, my own body weight, squats and lunges and, stuff like that, sit-ups, pull-ups, that type of crap, to now I'm working out with this dude.
Yeah.
and I'm hitting weights. So I went from 210, and in 2.5 years, with just that, I went to 285, and I was yoked. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that version of him?
I was huge. Unfortunately, I had a monkey on my back, so when I got out of prison, I went
That's
back
where it
and
falls
hung out
off.
with that monkey.
Is, man, almost everyone that I see that is like stacked when they're locked up, as soon as they get out, almost not everyone, but almost everyone,
90%.
as soon as they get out, that consistency, that dedication is gone.
Well, no, the dedication. So I just had this conversation with my brother. I said, anybody can change their mind. Anybody. The key is to change your habits. Habits are hard to break. I don't care if you haven't had that habit for 7 years. When that habit comes around you again, it's hard to break that habit. It's hard.
I'll take it one step further.
If it's not in your face, like every day, if you smoke every day for years and you're not around it, you're not smoking, right? But the moment that that's available to you, that becomes a habit again. Now, it's all about willpower.
It's all about mindset.
Mindset, exactly. And that's what I was telling my brother. Like, you can change your mind. Everybody we know that's been in jail has that. They all have this conversation with their family. Every single one of them. I don't care who they are. Every single one of them has this conversation on the phone with their family. This is the time, I'm changing. I'm going to church. I'm going to all these programs. I swear to God, this is the last time. I'm not going to hang out with this person.
My kids are grown.
I'm going to be there to take care of my kids. I'm going to be there to take care of you, Mom. I'm going to do my, this
but
is
it's a forced perspective because you have no option but to look at it from behind bars.
And that's what I mean.
And then when you're no longer behind bars, not you specifically.
Now all of those habits.
Everything else is here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. All those habits are readily.
They're accessible
to your fingertips.
But at the same time, you've created habits for working out.
And so they focus, and this is what it was. I was on a set regimen 5 days a week, whether it was Sunday to Monday, or Sunday to Thursday, or Monday to Friday, right? Or Sunday to Wednesday, Monday to Friday. Mm-hmm. 5 days a week. This is what I was doing, and I was running every morning. I was doing all kinds of cool shit. But when I got out, I was like, what? I got other shit I could do. So that focused energy.
You change your priorities.
Yeah, they went into something else.
So for me, the term I used for myself when I would set up a workout for myself that if you look at it on paper, you're like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. But for me, I try to make my personal workouts and the things I did personally for training as hard as possible, so it made the things that I had to do a lot easier. And there's a lot of times I'd look at these workouts and I'd be like, damn, dude, what did I just create for myself?
Obstacles.
Well, and
goals.
Instead of sitting there and conducting analysis and then having that paralysis by analysis, I would flip on this switch and just dumb things down and stop thinking about it and just go do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I still employ that same thought process to this day. Today, after we got off the phone this morning, I was like, I'm tired as hell. I don't want to work out. So what did I do?
Got up and worked.
I got up right away, even though I did not want to. I was sore. I'm tired. I'm old. I don't want to go do it. I just got dressed.
Keep saying old
and went.
Man, I'm about to slap his face off.
I feel.
Look at him. Look at him. Now look at me. You see this? You see
no.
This is a handsome young man. He's married, but this is not what old.
Shout out to my baby.
This is not what old looks like. My wife is actually sitting right there, but she's trying not to laugh. But this is what ideal 40 should look like.
Stop it.
This is what 42 and fat looks like.
But I love you, man.
So does my wife. But I'm fat, man. I'm trying to shake all this fat shit off.
That's true love, baby.
I've cut back.
That's true love.
I'm drinking this.
She knew you at 250, and she loves you at 3.
I'm looking at this zero sugar now. See what I'm saying? It's still an energy drink.
Hey, you got to hop on our chicken and rice thing.
Hold on. Cheese, meats, little carbs, no breads. Like, I'm happy. No sugar. I mean, don't get me wrong. The last 2 days, I have delved into a bag of M&Ms. But I fucking
How big?
M&Ms. Oh, dude, I buy the gigantic bag.
You can't. You go big or go home.
That's exactly. And I buy it every
Or
time
go
I
big
come
and
back.
go home.
Go big and roll home. No.
No,
But
so
I'm trying to get.
I appreciate you saying I really do. I feel like achy and breaky. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
like
because you're getting old.
my shoulders click, my neck clicks. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to like tailor all my different workouts so that way I can maximize everything.
So you don't hurt yourself.
And I've incorporated a bunch of different workouts now. You know what I mean? I'm still hitting it 45 minutes to an hour, depending on like what I got going on, what body parts I'm working out.
I did want to mention this while we're talking about workouts. So in the prison, and this is it's scary to think about, but it's real shit. And there's some people out there watching that can attest for this. Comment if you want to, but so if you're working out, in a section where it's AB rec, right? AB rec means this quad and this quad comes out by itself, and then tomorrow this quad will come out, and then this next quad, and then
that's like quad, a quad is like a number
certain
of
gangs,
cells,
certain gang
that come out at the same time.
1, 2, 3, and 4 will be Serenos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will be Bloods, and then 9, 10, 11, 12 will be Crips, and then 13, 14, 15, 16 will be white boys, right? I was working out one day. It's me and one of the older Usos from Park Village, right? We're Sellies. Okay. We're Sellies. Okay. We're Sellies. I'm still new to this STG shit. Like, I've literally been there a week. Now, on our rec, we happened to be on a mixed rec. There was a couple of essays on our quad, and the sergeant at the time did that shit on purpose. We'll get into that too. But so me and the older Uso, we come out on rec. Now, if I go to the shower, he goes to the shower. One of us sits at that table by that shower, plain and simple.
Bodyguard,
shoes on, ready to rock. I'm not the biggest nigga in the world, but I can fucking fight. Excuse my language. I can fight. I don't like to fight, but I can. So he goes to the shower. I'm sitting at the table. Essays are downstairs working out. You know what I mean? The other two poly homies, they're on the phone. Or at the other one of the other homies' doors or whatever. But as I'm sitting there on the table, right, and I'm watching, I see dude down there with the bags, and he's hitting flies. Yeah. And then you see his homeboy just come out of nowhere with this blocker. Blah, blah, blah. Booked him down. His own homie.
Jeez.
Not the same cell. I don't know their politics, but all I know is the word got back to their car that this dude was boo-boo, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm just watching the scene because I'm getting ready to go down and work out too. As soon as he gets out the shower, like you shower, go work out, come back and shower. You're trying to eat up as much of that hour, 15 minutes that you get.
Yeah.
I don't talk to anybody on the phone. He ain't talking to nobody on the phone. He goes home in 2 weeks or a month, something like that, right? At this time. I don't really know the other homies that are on the block that are on on our quad, so I'm not really messing with them either. But I'm watching this go down. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times when you're on those types of rec, that shit happens.
Yeah.
So if you're a faulty dude, your best bet's just to get out of that block immediately. Because if something could come back, it doesn't matter if it's in 10 days, 2 weeks, 2 years. If you got some monkeys and weird little foreigners in your closet, it's gonna come to light. And it's gonna screw you over, and that can happen to anybody. One thing I love about our car, the Polynesian car, is it's always hands. It's always hands. You might get life lighted, but it's always hands. It's never, we're going to stab you to death like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, we're just going to beat you until you can't move anymore. And then we'll pick you up, and then it's done. You're just going to be a lame homie that sits over there on the table with the little kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're still our people, but we ain't got no respect for you, so don't say shit. Just sit there and do your fucking time, you know? But for other cars, I've watched dudes, like, that's their time to get them. Because it's not you're going to be your celly that gets you. Your celly's got to keep you happy. Your celly's got to keep you, you know, chill and wanting to be there. But the homies next door, they're going to be the ones that are going to come and just try to stab your life away. You know what I mean?
And that's why it's important to work out, guys.
Well, I mean, but at the
to tie it all together, that's why it's important to work out.
But you know what I mean? Like that was one of those things where I was like, damn, I thought those dudes were like, they were talking like they were friends, and then this dude just comes out of nowhere and stabs a nigga 3 times. Like, what the F?
Keep your friends close.
Not that close.
But we just wanted to dive into, you know, really,
Sorry about that.
Like, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you are dedicated, if you have the right mindset, you can push yourself to work out, to exercise, to be healthy. And
the hardest thing I've noticed is breaking the food habits. That's the hardest, because the good stuff tastes great.
It's all mindset,
the good
bro.
stuff tastes like shit.
It's all mindset.
All the bad stuff is what tastes delicious.
It's all mindset. Like it really comes down to how bad do you want it. You know what I'm saying?
My mindset said delicious, good hamburger.
No, trust me. I love hamburgers. I love pizza, tacos, burrito. You know what I mean?
But you look like The Rock.
It's
so
just
you can eat all of it.
It's just mindset. You know what I mean?
My mind just
do
said
I
that.
want this burrito smothered with cheese on it?
Yes.
Or do I want to try and live past 60, which my dad didn't do? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for me, it's like, F that burrito. I'm gonna go work out.
I
have a protein shake. I'll have
burrito.
a little bit of rice and some chicken, and call it good. You know?
No, I mean, I definitely understand that thought process. It's just breaking those habits at the moment.
And
for me,
do you know what the secret is?
Just do it.
There's no secret.
Just like that is.
There's no secret to anything in life. There's no secret.
That's true. On how
diet. There's no secret exercise. I see all this stuff. I see like, this shot out there, Ozempic and all this stuff. People losing all this weight because you know what I mean.
It is a secret that I have on how to stop being involved in the revolving door, and that comes at a price. No.
No, it's like you said. You just really get out there and do it.
Yeah.
You just really decide to stop eating. And for me, whenever people ask me for advice, which isn't a lot, whenever they do ask me for advice, I tell them to wean themselves off of what they're eating.
Don't just go cold turkey. No, because it's not going to work.
And people can do that. I'm not saying you can't.
Some people can.
But to make it easier on yourself, like if you're doing nachos, burgers, ice cream, cookies, maybe this week cut out nachos.
And burgers.
And then incorporate something else instead of the nachos. So that way you're still getting burgers, whatever. In a couple weeks, cut out the hot dogs and burgers. You know what I mean? So
but
after
put something to replace it.
Yes, because you want to build. You don't want a quick fix. You want to build something that can last a long time.
Yeah, because you're building a better foundation of health, correct?
So if you wean yourself off those foods, those delicious, fatty foods.
They're so good.
You know what I mean?
So good.
And slowly incorporate healthier foods, healthier options. Like it's a lot easier to maintain that as a habit because you've developed that as a habit over a period of time instead of just straight up.
I did get scared by one of our new brothers who told me that he's like, man, I'm trying to keep a pound of weight because he exercises so much. I was like, God, that scares the shit out of me.
Well,
like, dude, I'm trying to lose this weight. Do you want all of this? I'll give all of this to you, sir.
To touch on that, I mean, he fasts
a lot.
He fasts a ton.
A lot.
So, yeah, it's going to be hard to keep a pound on if you're not eating.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
He looks good, though. Don't get me
No, he
wrong.
looks
We'll
great.
have him on one day.
He's in great shape.
This dude is an amazing guy. It's just when he said that.
But if
to me,
you
I was
fast,
like, what the
if you're fasting as much as he is, you're not going to be able to keep on weight at all.
I ain't Gandhi, man. I ain't trying to fast at all.
So it just really depends on what your goals are, what your health goals are, what your
I'm going to turn this muscle.
what
back
you're
into
looking
fat,
at,
or
what
this
you're
fat
looking
back into
for.
muscle. Turn all this muscle back into this fat.
This is my muscles. This is what my muscle looks like when it's sleeping.
Yeah, saggy. No.
But no, we just really wanted to touch base this week on everybody can work out. Doesn't matter if you're locked up or if you're not. There's the only excuse are the excuses you make in your mind. Okay.
That's right.
Start making, start routines, applying routines to your life. Force yourself. Just do
Well,
it.
it's all
Don't
about-
think about it. Just do it.
It's all about better decisions, right? If you can make a better decision to change your life around, there's no reason you can't make a better decision to change your diet. Correct?
Yeah. And for me, for 95, 99% of the people out there, take it one step at a time. Make one major change at a time. Don't try to make it all at the same time. Like, I'm no longer eating all of this. I'm doing salads now and chicken. It's like
12-step program for
it's
food.
like dude, take it one step at a time. Okay, cut one thing out at a time. Incorporate one exercise at a time. You know what I mean? Like, that's really gonna set you up to have long-term success.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do all these changes overnight,
It ain't gonna happen.
you're gonna quit. You're gonna quit by
'cause
the
you're
end of the
overwhelmed.
week.
You're overwhelmed.
You're gonna want a cheat meal already at day 2. You know what I'm saying?
I want a cheat week. No,
So-
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, it's slowly working for me. I have, like I said, I've cut out the candy bars. Because it used to be at work, it was I would buy 2 Red Bulls, 6 candy bars.
Damn.
Wait, a bag of beef jerky, right? And then a breakfast sandwich. Now I buy the zero sugar Red Bull. One.
You should get off energy drinks. Period.
One instead of, I would love to, and it's gonna happen one day, just not today. But 1 Red Bull, 2 waters, 2 of the good hydration waters, 2 of those, and then the meat and cheese.
What kind of meat?
So it's Genoa salami and then provolone cheese.
You just do turkey and chicken.
If I could find it at the Maverick, this is where we stop, bro. I don't have a choice on where we go get our daily stuff.
Let's hit up a Maverick, and I'll show you.
Yeah, please do.
Maverick, we're open to being sponsored too. Shout out.
Shout out.
But
Hit
I'll
that
show
like,
you.
smash
I'll show you some stuff you can get.
Yeah, no, I mean, the more options I have, the better.
Or just buy your snacks before.
So I was doing that too, right? I was doing that. I'd go to like the Albertsons out there, where I was out in Nevada. I'd go to that Albertsons the night I'd get there and buy food for the week, right? It's like, this is the meal I'm going to eat every night when I come back to the hotel, right? But that only happened like 2 out of the 4 days, because the other 2 days I'm eating.
Because what?
Because I'd have a van full of dudes. I mean, I'm making excuses.
Hey, so let me tell you this right now. Every single day, my coworkers, well, not every day, but I know they go to lunch, and more often than not, they're inviting me to lunch. But what do I do? I utilize my lunchtime to work out.
Yeah.
And they know that. Would I love to go, because they go to some bomb restaurants?
Yeah.
I would love that.
So we went.
But it's a choice if you eat what your coworkers are eating,
So as I'm driving,
or if you eat your own thing.
and this is why I said it worked 2 days out of the week, right? Not the whole 5 days. So it was 2 days out of that week. It was like, hey, we're calling Luciano's right now. We're going to get dinner. All right. Well,
You tell them you're calling Ta, and you're going to make your own dinner.
true. I should.
That's what you got to do. It's just
Instead,
real
I got
straightforward.
chicken parmesan minus the noodles.
That sounds bomb.
Chicken parmesan minus the noodles, and then 2 meatballs.
Do you know you're not saving that much on cutting the noodles out?
I mean, I'm not, but they're carbs. Shut the hell up.
It's the chicken parm, everything else.
Shut the fuck up. No, it was the meatballs for me. The meatballs, I love those because their meatballs are like
Everybody love meatballs, bro.
like that big, bro.
I love meatballs.
I love them. I love them. No, but that was 2 nights out of the week, right?
All I'm saying, you can do it. If you get it weak, call me,
I'll call you. Yeah.
and I'll be like,
Dane, they're breaking me down. Bro.
hey,
Where are
put
they
that
going?
salami down.
Like, dude, we're going to the prime.
Put
we're going
that
to we're going to
shit
the prime.
down.
They want prime rib. And I'm like, oh, but I want to go eat these mashed potatoes, bro.
How bad you want it? That's all it comes down to.
Yeah. It's all a choice. It's all a choice, ladies and gentlemen. And he's right. And he's calling me out on that shit.
Because I love you.
Because it all came down to
Because you told me
my
your goal,
choice.
so I'm not going to let you up on that.
It's all my choice. And making those decisions to
More chicken and rice at home.
no, that's
Okay.
all we eat. That's all. I mean, unless I'm like, baby, stop and buy me 2 Big Macs.
I can't
Baby,
do
buy me 2
McDonald's no more,
Whoppers
dude.
before you get home, please.
McDonald's jacked
And
me up.
She's like, baby, I'm not stopping. Baby, I'm really hungry. Please go stop and buy me 2 Whoppers. Do you want fries?
You know, there's a lot of places that do like these power bowls where you get chicken and beans and rice.
I did find that out. I found this spot called Yoshi's. Shout out to Yoshi's. And they do Dragon Bowls.
Dragon balls?
Dragon Bowls
Oh,
with the samurai sauce.
I was like Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. No, and they're healthy as all hell. It's rice, chicken, grilled chicken, rice, chicken, broccoli,
You like it?
onions. Oh, I fucking love it.
All right. Well, find something you like and stick with it.
I'm poor, nigga.
Bro, I eat noodles too every once in a while.
I am actually very wealthy. No. I'm wealthy in love because my wife loves me.
That's all that matters.
No, yeah, sorry for diverting off of that one. Yeah, but it is a choice. It is a choice. It's up to your willpower and how dedicated and how strongly you want it. I do believe that. I have had a few setbacks, but
You're going to watch this
still
journey because
youngish.
every week you're going to see
me
Marcus
get buff.
slim down a little bit more and more and more.
I get buff, super buff.
Just healthy. That's the goal.
Remember that wrestler, Buff Daddy? Remember him, Buff Bagwell?
Oh, I didn't watch a lot of wrestling.
Oh, dude, get the.
I watched like educational videos.
Oh, get this. You hear this guy? It is BS. No.
Ultimate Warrior, man. That's
All
my
day,
guy.
bro. All day.
But thanks for tuning in, guys, this week. If you have, we're not fitness experts at all.
Not even close.
But if you have questions about fitness,
please tune in or
then
leave a
go
comment.
go
and
to the
ask.
fitness channels. Don't ask
no,
us.
No. This dude, he knows this shit.
Don't ask us.
But no, if you have,
Because you're gonna be like, Dane told me that you could eat this and this and work out
He
this,
said-
and I would be in shape.
hamburgers.
Look,
He eats 'em.
go ask an expert. I just do what works for me. Marcus is gonna do the same. Do what works for you. Ask an expert. Ask your doctor. Ask someone that's smarter than we are.
Nah, call me, ask me, I'll answer. I'll tell you all day.
But don't hold us to it.
I can
okay?
give you the best advice. Just
Don't do. You got. If you take the noodles out of the chicken parmesan,
It's still
that's
good.
all you got to do. That's all you got.
But nah, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button.
Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Share this out if you guys like it. If you don't, still
Don't tell nobody you don't like it.
tune in and listen anyway, because it's gonna be different stuff every week. You never know. We might talk about aliens next week. Maybe. Bigfoot. No.
Thanks, guys.
Love y'all.